section 4.3, solving linear inequalities in 1 or 2 variables. So now this is going to be similar to what we've been doing, but graphing them. And so the way I think about doing this, what's easiest for me, is just at the beginning to pretend that this was an equal sign. And how would we graph this as a line? So we'd have to get our y by itself, and now when we graph this, remember that -3 is our y-intercept. Our slope is 3 over 2, so we'll go up 3 over 2. Now, here's the key thing. We've got greater than or equal to. Remember when we had the equal sign, we had that bracket before? Well, when we have an equation of a line, that's going to mean we'll use a solid line. So we'll go ahead and get our line through these points. And now we're going to be having all the points that make this work. It's not just the points on this line. You want to pick a test point. And the key thing is your test point cannot be on that line. Usually 0, 0 is your easiest test point as long as it's not on the line. So let's go ahead and use that test point. And plug that into our original. Well, this will be 0 is greater than or equal to 6. Notice that this is a false statement. That means everything on that side of the line would make it false. So we need to shade the other side of the line, because these are the points that would make the statement true. Alright, same idea here. Now notice we can have our plus 0. So our y-intercept is 0. Slope is 2, so up 2 over 1. Now notice there's no equal sign. And so before this would just be a parenthesis. So that means we're going to have a dashed line going through these. So we'll have a dashed line through them. Once again, pick our test point. Notice we can't pick 0, 0 because it's on the line. I'm going to go ahead and just test this point, which was -2, 3. So our y is 3. Our x was -2, so 3 is greater than -4. Notice this is a true statement, so that means this side is true. So any point in here would satisfy our inequality. So now, same type of idea. If we were to graph these, we would have -2 less than or equal to x, and x is less than 3. So when we graph these, remember, these are going to be vertical lines. Notice this one's going to be solid at -2. And notice this one is going to be a dashed at +3. And notice we want the numbers that are between the two, so it's going to be everything in the middle. Now this one is like what we had been doing. So let's get our y by itself. So our line is going to go, start at -2, go up 1 over 2. Notice it's going to be dashed. So we've got our dashed line. Test our point once again. I'm just going to go with 0, 0. It's the easiest to test. So 0 less than 4. That's true. So we shade this side of the line. One more. So now, once again, remember these are horizontal lines. And this one's going to be dashed at +3. This one's going to be dashed at 0. And notice we want the numbers greater than 3 here. So greater than 3 here. Or less than 0, which would be these. And this is all for section 4.3.